sure you check out our new sponsor, The Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. All right, man. Terry Rozier say, I don't give a F. Well, nobody got to say I sacrificed the most by being here. And Terry Rozier spilled all the tea. If it was some tea left, it got to be deep. But let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellow Sports TV in the building. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back on the grind one time for the one time. Y'all know what the business is, man. Make sure y'all check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. They got 100% all natural products. Use the promo code Goodfellow One Boxing. Get that 18% off. They 100% all natural products. And yeah, Terry Rozier went off, man. He said he sacrificed more than anybody on the team. He said you got a lot of guys, I'm paraphrasing here. I linked that article in the description. He said you got a lot of guys out here making a lot of money on the team, and they pretty much, crying and complaining and, not conducting themselves as professionals. He said you got all-stars and you got guys make a lot of money on the team. It was tough, on Coach Brad Stevenson this year to coach because you had a lot of different attitudes, man. And he pretty much said everybody, pretty much complaining, trying to get money, trying to sustain their status as a star or trying to rise to a star, trying to get a bigger bag next year. And he said pretty much that was the reason why the Celtics didn't thrive. And Brad Stevenson didn't have the attitude. He didn't say, this is my opinion. He didn't have the attitude to deal with those different personalities. And that's the difference between like Pat Riley and the difference between, maybe a Brad Stevenson. Pat Riley wasn't going to let that shit fly. LeBron couldn't even bully Pat Riley. Remember LeBron and them tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired, and Pat Riley was like, no, he going to be the coach. If not, y'all don't like it, then, just deal with it till your contract's up. So at the same time, this just shows you how dysfunctional it was. He been feeling this type of way. He could say he sacrificed this. He could say he sacrificed that for the betterment of the team. But you could just really just reading the article, and I would just love to see the video, but you could feel just in the words that he one of them hating ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? He was them dudes that was I don't want to say he was a hater, but he had hate in his heart. I ain't even gonna mince no words. He want Kyrie gone, or he want to be able to go somewhere else and ball out. And Danny Ainge just sit here and he just thought this shit was gonna rectify itself. He thought it was gonna go ahead and go down a smooth little Nile River itself, but it didn't. It had turbulence. It was like whitewater rafting. It got turbulence at the turbulence at the turbulence, and if your camaraderie ain't there, it ain't there. Look at Jason Tatum. He was no longer interested in dealing with the shit. He just said, you know what? I'm just going to take a shot when I can, and I'm going to let them figure this out because I'm the baby of the group, and I still got a long career ahead of me. This shows you how dysfunctional it was for him to explode like that. This was expected to come from Kyrie Irving. This came from the backup point guard, Terry Rozier, a guy that feel like he said in the article that he one of the top point guards in the league, and basically he was tired of sitting behind Kyrie. He would have preferred to move on and get traded. So that when you got that type of energy and a guy really ain't got the best interest in the team, he really don't want to sacrifice and all that, man, depth don't matter. Talent don't matter no more. You need camaraderie. You need, team. You need team players. And Danny Ainge wanted to hold the full hand and didn't want to make moves and didn't want to cash in on some of his chips and still got some few top picks that's coming. And he didn't want to cash in on his chips. We all knew Terry Rozier needed to be moved. You could see Jaylen Brown needed to be moved. And they couldn't move Gordon Hayward because of the contract. So we seen, and Marcus Smart, we seen a few of them dudes that didn't want to play their role, that felt like they were stars. But what's so funny about the whole situation with Terry Rozier, when you look at it, because people say, oh, Jason, you hear Shannon Brown. Jason Tatum ain't no star. I thought he was a star. I thought he was better. He is better than what he's showing. He's better than a lot of guys. But then again, the camaraderie was messed up. This dude is 19, 20 years old. He's not about to go toe-to-toe with Marcus Morris or Terry Rozier or Jaylen Brown or Kyrie Irving and demand that he be the guy like, this is my ship. I'm the captain. He not going to do that. He's a kid. So he just sat there, and obviously the camaraderie and the friction with the team, it affected his play and it affected his confidence this year. Jason Tatum he ain't as bad as he's seen this year. It's a simple fact that Brad Stevenson didn't make it clear that he was the number 2 option to Kyrie Irving. Everybody else was trying to show they was number 2, they was number 1 option. Everybody trying to get paid. Morris, Terry Rozier, Smart, all these dudes trying to get paid. Kyrie Irving. You know, at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving ain't a real leader. You know, you don't have to be the leader to be the best player on the team, but damn, you got to have some type of leadership qualities. But him sitting there and exploding like that, and he said, I sacrificed everything. How many other players feel like that? They was arguing in the huddles. This Terry Rozier, how many players just holding in? Like Morris, you know, he was arguing like Smart, like Tatum. He just holding stuff in, like Kyrie Irving still holding stuff in. You know what I'm saying? But what they forget is last year when Kyrie wasn't here and they had all that opportunity in the Eastern Conference Finals with LeBron and Kevin Love, who was the one that stepped up and balled out and didn't lay an egg? Terry Rozier had laid the egg for the last 2 rounds, bro. Come on, bro. You supposed to be a top point guard, but guess what? You ain't do nothing in the Cleveland series and the series before that. Where was you at? You couldn't buy a shot. Jaylen Brown, bruh, Game 7 versus Cleveland last year, you was a joke, so you shouldn't have nothing to say. Marcus Smart, you was a joke. You shouldn't have nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? All y'all wasn't scoring no. Jason Tatum is the one that dunked on LeBron. Jason Tatum is the one that kept y'all there. When y'all was shooting y'all pathetic percentages, Jason Tatum is the one that showed up in Game 7. None of them dudes I named showed up in Game 7. So, really, they talking about I'm a top guy. Where was these top guy qualities last year versus Cleveland? Where was these top guy qualities? Where was this great elite point guard, top 10 point guard Terry Rozier was talking about? That boy completely boo-booed the bed. Where's these top qualities, this top stuff? Where's Jaylen Brown? Where was you at last year? Wasn't no space and opportunity. Wasn't no Kyrie. Wasn't no Gordon Hayward. Where was you at? Marcus Smart, where was you at? These dudes think they, you know, like Kyrie or LeBron or something. When Kyrie move on, he gonna move on. He's still gonna be an all-star. Marcus Smart, never probably gonna be an all-star. Jaylen Brown, lucky if you get a couple all-stars. All-star appearances. Terry Rozier, never gonna make an all-star team probably. Look at what you got in the East. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Lowry sometime make it. Ben Simmons probably gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, Eric Bledsoe might make it as a point guard. You know, you go on and on. D'Angelo Russell might be here years to come. Kyrie Irving might stay in the East and get it for years to come. You know what I'm saying? So, really, you would never get one, especially if you go out west. Lillard, Westbrook, Steph Curry. That's it right there. That's it right there. Kemba Walker if he stay in the Eastern Conference. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, really, you know, but hey, at the end of the day, he let it be known how he feel. He feel like he the man. He ready to step up. He said whether it's with Boston next year or without Boston, you know, I'm ready for my time to shine. And if he feel that way, I'm just asking him, why the hell you didn't shine in Game 7 versus Cleveland last year? Where was you at for the last 2 rounds of the playoffs last year? The Eastern Conference semis and the Eastern Conference Finals. Dude, you was throwing up bricks. You was a brick mason. It should have said, your first name should have said Brick, in the back of your number 12 Celtics jersey should have said Mason. You know, but at the end of the day, I put this shit on Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge should have came down there, and Brad Stevens should have came down there and lit up into these dudes' asses, man. But then again, they did not do that. So what they should have did was move these dudes and put a complete team together. But you know what? Danny Ainge is proving he ain't as good as GM as he's saying he is. Because he was supposed to make some moves to make this team more, you know, camaraderie friendly. But hey, it is what it is. Al Horford got a player option. I think a few other guys, Kyrie got a player option. He probably gonna opt out. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Celtics look like next year. But Terry Rozier, man, yeah, man, it just shows you how, you know, he slapping people's hands sometimes, and you know he laughing on the bench sometimes. But really, you know, your biggest hater is the closest person to you. And Kyrie, he just every time he seen Kyrie do his thing, he just sitting there looking like, man, I can't wait for this dude to get out of my way. Or, man, I can't wait for this to happen. I can't wait till it's my time. And at the end of the day, he'll get his time to shine. And he better be what Kyrie is or close to Kyrie-esque. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he good. He a solid starting point guard, but I don't see him as no perennial all-star. And he said, I'm a top point guard in the NBA. Weird, but hey. It's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Other than that, don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Hill Blaze, at thehillblaze.com. Promo code GoodFellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, soaps, lotions, foot soaks, bath bombs, much, much more. Website, promo code in the description. Appreciate the love and support, man. Keep sharing the videos, man. It's the best way you can help out. If you want to make a donation, that link's in the description. But the best donation you can make is share the videos. Goodfellow Sports TV. We gone.